By the power of fishing! Hi everyone, this is Sean Wilson again, and I'm here to do a rod comparison video. And as you see, I've got 5 rods here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. Oh, wait. 4, 5. And each rod is all at a different price point. First one, the rod itself is about $160. Second rod, around $100. Third rod, around $60. Fourth rod, about $50. And then the fifth rod was free. Somebody's son left it in his house, and his son doesn't fish anymore, and it was either going in the garbage or he decided to give it to me. So I ended up with a free rod that I'm never gonna use, but I'm probably gonna give it to my niece for Christmas. I'll get a better reel, and I'll explain later. Okay. First of all, right here, got the trigger, of course, your reel seat, the reel, and then where's the first eye right there. And as you notice, it's a relatively small eye, which means that it's for a bait casting reel, which is this one. This is a low profile. You've also got round bait casting reels. So the small eye rods go for any type of bait caster. And they also work for a spin cast reel. This one's missing the top. And I believe the brand is Johnson. At least that's what the rod said, so I'm just going to assume it was a combo. Okay, then we go to this one here. And you notice how that first eye is bigger. That goes for spinning reels only. And this is a spinning reel. And then this rod here. Okay. She has a handle like this rod, real similar, but you go look at that first eye, it's small. So what that's going to tell you is that this rod is for this kind of reel, or imagine a round one. I didn't bring a round one down with me, I don't know why. Well, I didn't think about it. I had one I could have brought. Or it will go for this one, a spin cast. So you've got, and this one doesn't have a trigger like this one. I prefer to have the trigger with my bait casters, but this is more of a catfish rod, so it doesn't necessarily need that trigger. And then I notice different grips up here. This one doesn't have any because this is a bass rod. This one has a little bit. Now this one here, it's got at least a hand that you can grip on, length, then the nice long butt, because these are made for fighting bigger fish, like big blue cats, big flatheads, big channel cat, this big wiper. I'm talking about probably fish 10 pounds and up. This is a crappie rod, so you don't have much real estate here, but because it's a spinning, you can still grab it like that. Right here, this is the same. Wait, no, this isn't a crappie rod. This is a crappie rod, I'm sorry. But, yeah. You see that real estate, how much more of this EVA foam is sticking up. And like I said, I've got small hands, so if you got bigger hands, it's gonna fill up more. And this one has what they call a pistol grip. I believe it's called a pistol grip, because it's meant to be held like that. And then if you get a fish that's taking drag, you've got this you've got a nice gripping thing. Nice little real estate to grip there. This one, yeah. Okay. And all right, now we're gonna move on to the other thing. We'll go with this. It's I would say it's probably like a $10-20 combo at Walmart. And then we'll go with this one. Okay, here's what I want to show you. 1, 2, 3 plus an eye. Let's see, and this rod is 5.5 foot. Okay, keep that in mind, that there's 3 plus the eye. Let's tangle everything up. Yeah. Okay, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus the tip. And this rod is 7'4". Okay. Now here's where the number of eyes comes into play. I just researched this the other day from a few different sites. I don't remember what they were, the names of the sites anyways. But they were from custom rod builders, and what I was reading is you want to have at least an eye every foot of the rod. And what that does is it helps the rod bend more easily, and then also having higher quality eye guides. These are Fuji's, and they have like a aluminum oxide, I think is what they use for the inner eye. I could be wrong. I mean, it's really good stuff. And then you've got this one, and you notice it's a totally different eye, and it's kind of bent wrong. It's supposed to be like that. And it has a little white insert. I believe that that's probably a ceramic insert. So let's see here. Twist it Okay. There we go. See if I can't snag onto this, my front porch here. Okay, back up. Okay, there we go. You can see how nice and even this rod bows, and that's because it has so many eyes on it, and what the eyes do, they help reduce friction in casting. So the more you have, at least a foot each one is really good for, yeah, an eye for each foot of the rod. So 7-foot rod should have at least 7 eyes. This one had 8 plus a tip. And it's also going to bow, and you're going to use more of the rod. It's going to bow properly. You don't want the line touching. And that's going to allow you to be able to fight the bigger fish without putting too much stress on your rod and breaking your rod. So, okay, there we go. There's that one. Now, this one here. There, now see the bending in this one, how it's not bending the rod as well. It's kind of twisting it and whatnot. You got to cast it. The line's going to whip around. It's going to hit the rod blank, and you don't want that. It's going to be, I know it sounds kind of weird, but you're going to have less eyes, and it's going to cause more friction. I guess it makes sense, though, because like I said, you're gonna, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the line hitting the rod will give you more friction. So yeah, that's how it makes sense that there's more eyes is better, because your line's not gonna hit the rod blank. And then another thing. Let's see. Which one is it? It is. Okay. Grab this rod. This is a 6.5-foot rod. It has, well, I'll count them out for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7. So it's good. If it would have like 5, you would, especially for the price, $100 rod, if it only had 5 eyes, put it back on the shelf. And even if you are getting a cheap, inexpensive rod, make sure that if you get a 5.5-foot rod, make sure it has at least 5 eyes, not including the tip, because it'll help you cast further, help you fight the big fish, less stress on the rod. So, okay, another thing. Right here, the reel seat, it screws in. A little thing there, you unscrew that, you can take it completely off and pop a new reel on, whatnot. Okay, this one here, okay, this is a top one, and this one is a bottom. which one's better. They're both good rods. I can't give you whether a top screw or a bottom screwing on your reel seats, which one's better. I guess it's a matter of opinion. That's the best answer I have for that. So yeah, you've got 3 different ways that you can secure the rod to, or the reel to the rod. 3 different types of reel seats, and 2 of them are basically the same, just one's up and one's down. What mood are you in? Hopefully up. But like I said, I don't think that these 2 matter too much. I don't have them loosen up on me severely to where my reel's gonna pop off, but I do take and try and snug them down every cast or so, because you are casting and vibration and whatnot of reeling in baits. It loosens them up slightly, but really I only have to tighten them once every 10 times I'm out fishing or fishing trip. So I can go at least 9 to 10 fishing trips without having to tighten them up. These ones, I guess that the best benefit about it, I can say, is it takes a flat blade screwdriver. So you can use a pocket knife, the back part of it. There. Okay, seriously, these things normally, once you tighten them up, snug, or snug enough to where you need for the reel, because you don't want to break your reel. But once you get them tightened up, they stay tightened up, and you have to take a screwdriver to untighten them. And the other rods that I do have over there, I'm not going to go count the eyes for you, but they're both ugly sticks, and they're the bare minimum. So they meet the criteria what you would be looking for. Well, the 6-foot one is like perfect. It has 6 eyes, and then the other one's 8 foot, and it has 8 eyes. So plus the tip. So anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you all. I hope that this video was informative and that you learned something, especially if you're going to go out and look for another fishing rod. Just remember that every foot you want to have that many eyes, plus the tip. Y'all live long and prosper. Take care.